Live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television, here we present to you tonight's news bulletin. But first, the headlines. The Sultanate celebrates the second day of blessed Eid al-Adha amid precautionary measures. Pilgrims continue their Hajj rituals by throwing pebbles in the second day of the blessed Eid al-Adha. And to benefit from solar energy in the Sultanate, the Electricity Regulation Authority urged subscribers who received initial offers to finalize procedures. Thank you for joining us, and Eid Mubarak. Now, the details. The Sultanate celebrates the second day of blessed Eid al-Adha amid precautionary measures due to the spread of coronavirus. The citizens and residents are adhering to the decisions issued by the Supreme Committee dealing with COVID-19 of forbidding gatherings and all types of social activities. The people of the Sultanate celebrate Eid while preparing special meals as the customs and traditions differ in each governorate. Meanwhile, the citizens and residents exchanged Eid greetings through social media means as the families celebrated this blessed occasion inside their homes. Pilgrims began from the early hours of this morning to throw the pebbles in the second day of blessed Eid al-Adha. Today, the first day of Tashriq, pilgrims continued to throw pebbles at the smaller, the medium and the bigger stones in the symbolic stoning of the devil ritual. The pilgrims will continue their Hajj rituals during the upcoming days of Tashriq while praying to the Almighty Allah to accept their Hajj and all their good deeds. The Sultanate is moving towards using solar energy at residential buildings to utilize modern solutions with less costs. Authority for Electricity Regulation urged subscribers who received initial offers to finalize procedures. There are 1,200 applications by citizens to use solar energy in their houses. The tenders were announced for the projects that will contribute to the sustainability of electricity power and reduce the cost of electricity bills. Earlier, the government has adopted policies to develop renewable energy projects and to reduce the consumptions of fossil fuels to generate electricity. In 2017, the contribution percentage of renewable energy was determined to be not less than 10% of the total electricity consumption in the Sultanate by 2025 and not less than 30% by 2030. Electricity generation projects by using solar energy are being implemented, such as Ibri with the capacity of 500 megawatt and other projects in Manah. The use of natural gas in the Sultanate declined by 2% during the first half of the current year. Industrial projects acquired the highest consumption percentage during the first half of this year, amounting to 62%, with quantity exceeding 13 million cubic meters of gas, with a decrease by 5% compared to the same corresponding period last year. The other gas-consuming entities in the Sultanate included electricity generation and water desalination plants, as they consumed around 15% of the total quantities, using more than 3 million cubic meters of gas, with a decrease of around 8%. The statistics by the Central Bank of Oman show that the credit granted to private sector by the commercial banks recorded an increase by 2.5% to reach 19.3 billion Omani riyals. The total deposits of the commercial banks in the Sultanate amounted to 20.5 billion Omani riyals, with an increase of 5.07%. Meanwhile, commercial banks' investments in securities market reached around 3.5 billion riyals. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and yet to come in our news bulletin. The United States mulls over banning the popular social media app TikTok. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The novel coronavirus has killed at least 680,014 people since the outbreak emerged in China last December. At least 17.64 million cases of coronavirus have been registered in 196 countries and territories. Of these, at least 10.16 million are now considered recovered. Yesterday, 6,469 new deaths and 286,453 new cases were recorded worldwide. The United States is the worst hit country with 153,314 deaths from 4.6 million cases. After the US, the hardest hit countries are Brazil with 92,475 deaths from 2.66 million cases, Mexico with 46,688,000 deaths, the United Kingdom with 46,119 deaths, and India with 36,511 deaths. China, excluding Hong Kong and Macau, has today declared 84,337 cases, 45 new since Friday, including 4,634 deaths and 78,989 recoveries. Europe overall has 210,200 deaths from 3.18 million cases. Hurricane Isaias is ripping shingles off the roofs and blowing over trees as it carves its way through the Bahamas and heads towards the Florida coast, where officials in Miami are closing beaches, marinas and parks. Officials in Miami have 20 evacuation centers on standby that could be set up with COVID-19 safety measures. Authorities in North Carolina are ordering people on Ocracoke Island to evacuate. Residents on several islands in the Bahamas also have been told to leave their homes. President Donald Trump has said that he will bar fast-growing social media app TikTok from the United States as American authorities have raised concerns the services could be a tool for Chinese intelligence. U.S. officials and lawmakers in recent weeks have voiced fears of the widely popular video platform being used by Beijing for nefarious purposes, but the company has denied any links to the Chinese government. Media reports circulated earlier saying that Trump would require the U.S. operations of the Apple be divested from its Chinese parent firm by ByteDance, but the president announced a ban. TikTok is especially popular with the young audiences who create and watch its short-form videos. Has an estimated billions users worldwide. India has already barred TikTok over national security and privacy concerns, while other countries are reportedly mulling similar measures. And now back here in the Sultanate with Eid celebrations. Though it's different this time due to COVID-19, but the traditions are maintained while precautionary measures are followed to prevent transmission of COVID-19. More details on the following report. Due to the global pandemic of COVID-19, Eid al-Adha celebrations in the Sultanate followed new way this year in order to prevent the transmission of coronavirus.
We know the danger of corona, so let's keep away from gatherings. To meet relatives and friends, use social media through phones that you can make video calls. By doing so, you will be safe. Let's cut coronavirus transmission. Eid Mubarak.
The tradition of Eid remained the same in terms of preparations, where families arranged for all what is needed to celebrate Eid within their own houses. Family normally gets up early to prepare arsia and other traditional dishes, and after morning prayers right before Eid prayers, all will wear new clothes. Kids at this occasion are very happy and excited. Eid prayer is then performed, and this time it was held at their own houses. taking into consideration the precautionary measures to prevent the transmission of COVID-19. After the Eid prayers, traditional food is then served, followed by contacting relatives through social media. Many have had video conferencing apps to wish their loved ones a happy Eid. Even though they are in the same city, all this is to prevent gatherings as per the decision issued by the Supreme Committee. Eid Mubarak. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat. Now, commercial establishments, including malls and shops, together with other business activities, are on track in closing business before 7 p.m. as part of the measures to limit the spread of coronavirus. More details in the following report. Closing of business activities from 7 p.m. has made people suspending their shops and other activities way ahead of time. By 5 p.m. many are starting to move towards their homes, whether walking, cycling or driving, so that they can get home before 7 p.m., fulfilling their commitment by staying in their homes and prevent the transmission of COVID-19. Citizens and residents hailed the decision by the Supreme Committee dealing with coronavirus to lock down Sultanate's governorates and prevent people movement from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. all the way till the 8th of August 2020. The action of which appeared to be well observed, which is hoped to assist cutting down the number of coronavirus cases that has lately seen to increase dramatically in the Sultanate.
In any outbreak, you have to look at the curve. It goes up and high and it peaks and then it drops down. However, the government has done a tremendous effort to make this curve become flattened. Now it's our responsibility to make sure that we participate and contribute and support each other by not getting together closer to each other and making sure that we maintain the social distance.
The lockdown shall be very effective with all of us strictly adhering to the rules and instructions made by various sectors dealing with the pandemic. You shall be an effective member in decreasing the numbers of cases and flattening the curve. Stay home, stay safe.
We appreciate the measures taken by the Supreme Committee and the Ministry of Health. In turn, all the people in Oman have the responsibility of becoming more vigilant and following the precautionary measures to prevent the spread of coronavirus.
We promise to follow the preventive measure.
People have promised to exert their efforts to reach to the desired goal through implementing all preventive measures within and outside their own home. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultanate celebrates the second day of blessed Eid al-Adha amid precautionary measures. Pilgrims continue their Hajj rituals by throwing pebbles in the second day of the blessed Eid al-Adha. And to benefit from solar energy in the Sultanate, the Electricity Regulation Authority urged subscribers who received initial offers to finalize procedures. And with that, we come to an end of tonight's news bulletin. Keep following precautionary measures. Stopping this virus is determination and willingness to make hard choice to keep everyone safe. Stay safe and healthy. From the entire news team, we wish you a happy Eid.